For my dad's 50th birthday party. So today is September 7th, and it's taking place somewhere coastal on the beach at a beach house, because that's kind of what we do, staycation for holidays and breaks like that. So the people who are there are close friends and family. It's probably going to be a pretty small group, but who knows. So every year my dad says, when a baby's born, the doctor usually slaps the baby. But when I was born, the doctor took one look at me and slapped my mother. And he laughs every year. That scenario, which hopefully is fake, although I may never know, took place exactly 50 years ago. Today we gather to celebrate the life of an extraordinary man that we love. Today we gather to celebrate the life of a father, a husband, of a son, and a friend. Today we gather to celebrate the life of a man of love, humor, and of faith. Every phone conversation that I have ever had with my dad ends with, "I love you, babe. I love you too, Dad." Love is deeply ingrained in my father. Not only have I heard of his love, but I have also seen it acted out in his everyday life with people in our family as well as people that he interacts with on a day-to-day basis. Holidays are always exciting in my house because we never know who's going to be there. Because my dad will just invite people that he meets if they don't have a place to go for Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, you name it. So we definitely have an element of surprise that most families don't have on major holidays. So who's dad going to invite over tonight? We ask ourselves. Beth, he'd say to my mom, "We're going to have a couple extra people for Christmas dinner tonight." "Oh, no big deal, just a couple extra people for the biggest holiday of the whole entire year." So it's a good thing that we have a leaf in the table that extends it, because we always need room for new friends that are coming in off the street, wherever. That's just the way that my family rolls. So to say the least, holidays were always an adventure in the Gwynn household, and we're always using the leaf to make more room. From this, I've learned to love others as Jesus did in the way that my dad does. The widow, the orphan, the suffering were always welcomed from my dad with open arms. And he's passed this on to me as long as the rest of my family. It's a life lesson that we definitely cherish. Loving like Jesus doesn't come naturally, though, as many of us know, and it's something that we don't just wake up doing. We don't wake up and say, "Well, look at that, I'm acting like Jesus today." Not so much. It's a fruit that's produced by faith. It's a product of faith that is nurtured and developed and fed. My dad has always been an example of faith, and his faith in God and in people has been very instrumental in my life. I've often heard him say, "Good thing God's in control," and I know that he really believes it and lives as though that is truth. And he also believes in people. I often hear him say the words, "I know you can do it, baby, can." His strength comes from faith, and that strong faith urges me and invites me to be strong and faithful in whatever my calling may be. His family legacy of lovers of Jesus is astounding to me. Sprinkled throughout our entire extended family are people who have done very impactful things for the kingdom of God and have influenced many, many lives. Having those people in my dad's life has definitely transformed his character. The older I get, the more I see the way that my dad lives out his love and faith in the community that he is in, and even with people that he interacts with on a day-to-day basis. And considering that you're all here celebrating the life of this fabulous man, you know that he has made huge impacts on the lives of women and children all across the country and even across the world. He's done this with the passionate work that he has done to prevent domestic violence and also treat domestic violence. He fervently and diligently roots for the underdog every time, whether it's in March Madness or just in life. And all of his hard work has been rooted in faith and the aforementioned desire to love the widow, the orphan, and the suffering, and take them all under his wing. And you may be thinking, "Wow, this guy sounds really great, but does he know how to have fun?" Well, I'm glad you asked. Over the years, my dad has definitely loosened up a lot and taken life a lot less seriously than he used to. He still definitely works hard and does his best, but he also realizes the value of humor and fun. And this manifests itself in spontaneous breakouts of dancing, which is embarrassing in a public place, no offense, Dad, and other things such as that. Often, there have been numerous times at the dinner table or on a raucous, rambunctious, ridiculous, rowdy, remarkable road trip when we've been whining from the backseat, "Dad, she crossed the line! Stop breathing on me! I gotta go to the bathroom! Not now!" He doesn't respond like that. Instead, he responds with, "Well, it's just good to be together, isn't it?" And even though there's a hint of sarcasm in his tone, we know that he really means it. And everyone's mood immediately lifts upon hearing his lighthearted nature. The simple fact that my dad's favorite restaurant in Northern California is called the Bass Hole Bar and Grill doesn't require much explanation. I got him a Bass Hole shirt for Christmas, and when it finally arrived, he sent me a video message and an email to say thank you, and he's all technologically savvy. So he sent me this video message, and I'm watching it, and he says, "Karianne, thank you so much for the shirt. You rock. You made my day. You made me smile." And then he looks down, and his head, he looks down, and he's all somber. He looks back at the camera, and he says, "Babe, there's a lot of bass holes out there. Don't hang out with any, and more importantly, don't be a bass hole." He could barely keep a straight face the whole video because he was just cracking himself up, and that is not an uncommon thing. Dad, you've been an example of love, faith, and humor to those around you, and even though you mean business and you work hard, you never forget to have fun and laugh at yourself along the way, and you've taught me how to do the same, which is a life lesson that I absolutely cherish. So let's raise our glasses to a man who has changed our hearts and changed our lives. May the next 50 years be even better than the last. I love you, Dad. Happy birthday.